Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this week's video, I will be sharing with you some tips and tricks on how to become an outstanding student. I feel like the latest video that I did regarding being a straight A student was only focused on grades, and it was also a long time ago. So now I'm going to do a refurbished version of how to become an outstanding student, and this time I'm going to take into consideration every single aspect of being a student because I already started thinking about college again. And I really think that it was a really good thing for me to have gotten the opportunity to do junior year again because it gave me more time to prepare myself for college. And that's how I realized that being a student or an outstanding student is not only about grades, it's about everything that makes you a student and that makes you you. And here in the US, it's very different from what it was applying to university in Mexico. In my case, I did not even have to apply to university again because I had already gotten into the university's high school, and they only cared about my grades. They didn't care about who I was as a whole. But here, they really care about who you are as a whole, what you do when you're in school, what you do when you're not in school, the type of stuff that you do, not only classes, but everything else. I feel like they look at you from multiple angles, and I really like that. I like that here I have the opportunity to work on myself in different eras or stages. I get to be a student, I get to be a leader, I get to be an athlete. I get to do so many things that at the end of the day make me an outstanding student. And those are the things that I feel like a lot of people don't like to do or don't realize that are important to do, and I'm here to talk about all of those things that I feel will help you a lot to become an outstanding student. And if you ever try to apply to college, if that is what you want to do, especially in the US, you become this person that has a really interesting profile, and you become outstanding, not only as a student but also as a person, and you become more valuable to an institution. Disclaimer, your productivity does not really define your value, but I do think that if you have the opportunity and the time, you should really invest it on becoming better and growing in whatever fields you think you want to grow or you want to explore. Just take the opportunities that you have and better yourself, and at the end of the day, it will come back to you in good things. It will always pay off. So without anything else left to say, let's just start this video. Number one is to have good grades. I feel like in the first video that I did, I only talked about having good grades, and it is really important. I feel like honestly in the school that I am in right now and the system that I am in right now, it's not hard to have good grades. You just have to try a little bit, and you just have to care a little bit. And honestly, I'm talking to students in an American school system. I have to be honest, it's not as hard as other school systems around the world. Anywhere you are, you have to have good grades because you're a student, and whatever else that you do, you're still a student, and those grades still matter. They do not really define who you are, but they do talk a lot about you. Either you way you want it, or you like it or you don't. That's the reality, and you have to work hard to have good grades. Like how I said, in my other school, it was harder to have good grades, but you could still achieve them. You could just do homeworks, study, pay attention in class, and those things just help you have good grades in general. So just have to try a little bit and work hard. Number two, get involved in that community. I feel like I'm talking a lot about an American school, honestly. So I do not really know how it is around the world. I can talk about my high schools and schools in Mexico and the ones in the US. So it's really important to get involved in the community. It's really important to always be present. If you have a volunteering opportunity, join. If there's a club, join. If you could just go to a meeting, join. If there is a lunch group discussion or some sort of activity, join. You have to be present and involved. You have to outstand. You have to be there, and being there shows that you care, and showing that you care shows that you are interested in doing something, and just showing that interest is really important and really gives you points. So just get involved in the community. You can also meet people, you can make connections. Life is about making connections and getting involved, and those connections are only gonna happen if you are involved. So just join whatever simple thing you can start joining, and then eventually you'll grow more connections and be more involved in a community, have a larger curriculum. It just happens like a domino effect, and it honestly can be really fun sometimes, so get involved. Like, branching out from the getting involved is like joining or starting a club and working on your extracurriculars. There are a bunch of clubs. Even in my other school in Mexico or my school here, there are so many clubs. You can start your own club. It talks really well about you as a person if you start a club, because it means that you care about something, you're passionate about something, you have leadership skills, and you like really want to make an impact in the community and in the world. And honestly, even if you're not talking about school, like when I was applying to Rise, they really care about how much you care and how you make that tangible, how you take your passions and turn them into projects, you know? So joining clubs is a great first step, because you don't really have to take a leadership opportunity or like a leadership role, but with time you can start your own club, or you can become a president, or you can work on a project that you're passionate about, or try out a sport. Like, you know, there's so many things that you can do: art, dance, even working, and like starting to see how the working environment works talks really good about someone. And just, you know, get involved. I really encourage people to try clubs. You can meet a lot of new people. You can also have connections, and it's just really important to like branch out and look for things and do things and always be active. Next one is join a sports team. I know not everyone is an athlete or likes a sport, and that's totally like valid. If you want to join theater or you want to join the orchestra, extracurriculars, sometimes in my case in school in Mexico and school here, they only took place like once or twice a week, and then the rest of the days I had nothing else to do. But if you join a sports team, or if you join theater, or if you join the orchestra, you're going to be involved in that for a really long time, and it's a lot of commitment, but at the same time it looks really good in applications, or it just talks really well about you, honestly. Like, now that I'm in the softball team, I'm there all the time. My life is now school and softball, and it's really fun. I get to meet a lot of new people. I get to practice sport. I get to be active. I get to learn. I get to just meet a new community, and I'm also active every single day after school and even during the weekends. So I'm an active person. I'm not wasting my time. I still have good grades, and I'm involved in something that's very time consuming. So that talks really well about me, you know. It talks about my time management skills. It talks about like how interested I am in getting involved and stuff like that. So I just really recommend you join a sports team if you like sports or want to be active or just want to have fun or try something new. Join a sports team. You can also do theater, as I said. It's also very time consuming. It's very artistic. There is the orchestra, and there's so many other things. They even have this in Mexico in my other school. There were a sports team and an orchestra and theater and so many other stuff that you can do and you can try and you can learn. If you don't like it, then you can leave it, and if you really like it, then you can invest a lot of time and become really good at it. There are a lot of benefits and perks of being part of a team, either if it's a sports team or a production team or a musical team. It's just join a team, find your people, and be productive after school. Next one, look for a leadership opportunity. I feel like this is something really important to be an outstanding student and also for the rest of your life. Leaders are always the ones that are looking up, that are being looked up to. And to be honest, like in Rise or in any other scholarship application that I've filled, or a like college application, or in general in life, they really care about you being a leader, about you taking initiative and doing something, and not only getting involved and following someone, but being the one that gets people to follow them, being the one that takes the control and the lead and becomes the leader. And it talks a lot about responsibility, about how interested you are in something, because being passionate about something is important. But taking that passion and turning it into a leadership opportunity, it's even better, because it's like I care enough that I decided to lead something that I care about. It's like I took initiative and my passions pushed me above and beyond. And it also talks about, like how good of a leader, like if you become a leader, is because other people look up to you. And that also talks about like you as a person. If I'm willing to follow you as my leader, it's because I admire you, it's because I trust you, it's because I believe in you. And I think that just having leadership opportunities talks really well about people. And once you have a leadership opportunity, it's important that you're responsible, that you have time management skills, that you're honest, that you're a good leader. And it's just a lot of responsibility, but at the same time, I feel like it builds a lot of character. So having a leadership opportunity, or like taking a leadership opportunity, is awesome. And we're approaching the end with the second to last: be nice to everyone. I feel like to be an outstanding student, you also have to be like nice to people. Even if you're a leader, or if you're in a sports team, or if you're a straight A student, whatever you are, if you're not nice, no one is gonna like think you're an outstanding person. As I said, being a leader is also about being like good and people wanting to follow you, and being considered outstanding. It also has, I think, a lot to do with your personality. If you are resilient, if you're positive, if you keep pushing people upwards instead of bringing them down, or if you are nice, if you compliment people when they deserve it, if you are a good loser, if you're a good winner. Like being nice and being a good person and having values and morals and just being ethical and just, being nice. It talks a lot about you in a good way. So part of being a good student and an outstanding student and an outstanding member of society, it's about being nice and making life a little easier for people. And last but not the least, always go above and beyond. I feel like everything that you do has always to be the best. If you do something just because you like want to do it for the credit or to be recognized, then it's gonna be crappy. And if it's crappy, it's not gonna be outstanding, obviously. Whatever you do, you have to go above and beyond. You have to be the best at whatever you do. You have to try your best. Even if you're not the best, you're trying your best and you're being your best person. And whatever you do, do it with passion, do it with time, do it with dedication. Do it to be the best, to always go above and beyond. If people expect this from you, you have to go over here. And I feel like that also talks really good about you, about not only doing things, but doing them correctly, doing them the way they are supposed to be done, and doing quality stuff. If you're gonna do a homework, do your best homework. If you're gonna do an exam, do the best exam. If you have to write an essay, do the best essay. If you're gonna play in a team, practice like you wanna win every single game. If you're gonna do a theater production, do the best theater production. If you're gonna plan a meeting, or if you're gonna do a video, if you're going to plan the school dance, if you're whatever you're gonna do, always aim to be the best. And that is it for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think it was a lot of chit chat, but I honestly enjoyed talking to you about this. I have to be honest, I feel like this is very focused to the American school system. That is what I'm living right now. I really don't know what else to talk about, because that's like the situation that I am in right now. I have never experienced anything else. I have experienced Mexico, but it's not part of my life now, so I don't know what else to talk about, I know that it's very different for every single student. Everyone has different opportunities wherever they are in the world, different expectations, and that is good. But at the end of the day, I feel like if you want to take something from this video, is to be outstanding. Always go above and beyond in whatever you do, and be nice and kind. I feel like if those are the two key things that you have to take from this video. As I mentioned, always do more, always expect the best from you. And even if you're not the best of the best in the whole entire world, you're the best that day and you have beat yourself from yesterday. And always be kind. And I feel like if you do those two things, you're always going to be an outstanding member of society. Even if you're not a student, you will be an outstanding member of our society. Without anything else left to say, now I finished this video with the, do not forget to follow me on all of my social media. Leave any comments if you have any. Do not forget to subscribe on the little red button. And as always, I will see you guys next week. Bye bye. I cannot talk.
Just stay a minute, another minute. Hold on a second, I love this moment.